Good evening, Robert Scribbler filming for the OBX wave report from Garden City Beach in Murrells Inlet as choppy 2 to 3 foot waves roll in off a North Atlantic stirred up by a frontal system stalled off the US East Coast. Down here in Murrells Inlet we've got some 2 to 3 foot chop and slop and some king tides pushing the water pretty high up the beaches here. King tides brought on by that super moon. We've got single surfer way down, let's see, past the far jetty here. You can see him barely just bobbing around. I don't think I've seen him catch a wave yet. I did get out to finish surf session 199 for this year. Did get out there and catch like 4 pretty cruddy little waves, but you gotta maintain your discipline and just keep surfing and make the best out of all conditions. And I've got a lot of respect for a surfer that can make a lot out of not much of a wave. All right, so conditions though here in Murrells Inlet and up and down the Outer Banks much the same, with strong northeasterly winds coming in, pushing up some high surf, choppy conditions. Did get some word from some kite boarders that conditions were pretty ideal for kiteboarding today. So strong winds, large waves, people really enjoying the kite surfing environment, although for surfing just generally not necessarily the best. So let's get down to some of our local observations as we watch the high tide from the supermoon push the water up against the dunes here in Garden City Beach. Okay, so at Nag's Head right now we've got 5 to 8 foot waves, choppy conditions, northeast swell at 9 foot and 10 seconds. Winds out of the north-northeast at 27 miles per hour. Air temperatures 71 degrees as we begin to cool down into fall. Ocean water temperatures 74 degrees. Ocean water temperatures starting to drop off as well. And a little bit further to the south in Rodanthe, we've got waves in the range of 6 to 8 foot with choppy conditions. Northeast swell at 9.5 foot and 10 seconds. North-northeast winds at 28 miles per hour. Air temperatures 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And then down at Buxton, we've got waves also in the range of 5 to 8 foot plus with choppy conditions. Northeast swell coming in at 9.4 foot and 10 seconds. North-northeast winds at 28 miles per hour. Air temperatures 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures 77 degrees Fahrenheit at Buxton. And then down in Frisco with more sheltered conditions, 2 to 3 foot waves, choppy conditions. And once again here at Murrells Inlet in Garden City Beach, 2 to 3 foot waves and choppy conditions. Right now in the tropics, according to our good friends at the National Hurricane Center, they are still tracking a tropical cyclone, tropical storm Felipe, which has strengthened a little bit, gotten back up to 50 mile per hour maximum sustained winds. Storm is moving toward the west-northwest at 5 miles per hour. The storm has slowed down its forward speed as it approaches the northern Caribbean, and according to the most recent predictions, the storm may strike Puerto Rico this weekend as a depression, a tropical depression, or a weak tropical storm. The National Hurricane Center is also monitoring a disturbance in the central tropical Atlantic just behind Felipe, and this system now has a 90% chance of developing into a tropical cyclone over the next few days. Something to keep an eye on, as there's still quite a lot of warm water out there in the North Atlantic Ocean And looks like this system may be yet another tropical cyclone for the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season, which has been quite a bit busier than expected. And last of all, the system bringing the rough conditions here to the U.S. East Coast, to particularly the Outer Banks and portions of the Mid-Atlantic as well as the Southwest, is a stalled frontal system which is continuing to kick up some strong northeasterly winds and some rough surf, and is expected to continue to do so through at least Thursday and possibly into Friday. Although Friday, according to the weather reports, does tend to look calmer, so we might see calmer, more pleasant conditions as we get into Friday. All right, so thank you for joining me for this remote session of the OBX wave report filmed from Garden City Beach as we watch a king tide brought in by a supermoon. And as I always do, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything you can to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change driven by fossil fuel burning, those impacts being rising sea levels, more intense storms, ocean heat waves, and ocean acidification. The primary solution to the climate crisis driven by fossil fuel burning being the rapid deployment of clean energy, which will help protect our coastlines from those impacts that I mentioned just a moment ago. All right, so thank you for joining me for this session of the OBX Wave Report remote here from Garden City Beach, and I will be back.